my shit.
They've got what you need. Blow that dope, don't get too hot. From the third coast to the west coast, come take this ride. Let me tell her how Jack turned sky over one lost trip to the sky. Let me tell the tale, cause you told the tale when you said I can make it this high.
I don't want to put out the notion or the idea at all of him being harmed. I want him to be the game changer. I want him to be the one that breathes a fresh air of courage into black men who are terrified by retribution from the untouchables community.
Right.
Okay, so I don't want to put that out there. But I'm very disappointed in so many personalities in entertainment and so many moguls who decided to side with the white power structure against Kanye, Puffy. So many other ones came out against him, D.L. Hughley, and so many other ones who tried to deride him and dismiss him to protect their job and their relationship with the very same people who are exploiting Kanye. It was just sick to see that because it speaks to how weak black men can be, especially when our paychecks are involved.
Yeah, like isn't it a sign like everybody that was associated, they were so scared that if you have that much fear in you, that should let you know who the people that you're dealing with.
But they know he's telling the truth. Everybody know Kanye's telling the truth. He could have been more articulate with it. Yeah. He could have been more pointed and political with what he said. But at the end of the day, we get the gist of it. He ain't the first to tell us, and everybody knows the story, but he's the first one to publicly and openly, in his prime, take on the untouchables. Even though Michael Jackson exposed him, he was no longer in his prime. He was well past it. Right. Kanye is in his prime and he's doing it. That's why I salute him. But I think, though, that he is still too much in love with white society to really turn this thing around 360. He could very well be what Tupac was headed to become. Whoa. At the time Tupac was taken from us, he was the most popular and successful hip-hop artist. And the power structure feared him because he had the ear of the people.
Right.
Kanye probably has more ears than Pac because Kanye got black and white. He's almost like the Martin Luther King of hip hop. You follow me?
Right.
And just like Martin Luther King, Kanye could lead a social revolution if he wanted to. But I'm going to be honest with you. I really think Kanye is just worried about Kanye. At the end of this whole thing, I don't see no social revolution coming, and definitely not for black folks. I still think he's too in love with Kim Kardashian. He's too in love with white folks to really be of benefit to blacks. When I look at our billionaires, I'm disappointed. It's not their job to save black America. Black America has to save itself, but they should be doing something to help us along that path. I don't know if anything Oprah's doing of significance for black America. I don't know anything Tyler Perry's doing of significance to black America. I don't know anything that Jay-Z or Bob Johnson or Puffy or Kanye is doing to benefit black America.
Jay-Z has been involved when freeing some people.
Oh, absolutely. Jay-Z has done some very commendable things. And I applaud him and Beyonce because they're at the top of the food chain. And at the top of the food chain, they have been the most active in social causes. But they're still not doing anything that is critical enough to advance us as a people, like build an institution. I mean, you guys are billionaires. You know how quickly they could build an independent black community? Right. You know how quickly they could have a hospital, a school, a bank, and a supermarket up? Are you kidding me? You follow what I'm saying? And they're not doing that. And that's my issue with the black billionaires. So when it's all said and done, I think Kanye going to go right back to a special world with white folks. I think this was all done to provide him with some public shelter during the storm to make it look like I am the spokesman of the people when I'm really just looking out for my own best interest at the end of the day.
How do you feel about his school situation?
The Donda?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it, but it's not an African-centered academy that's helping our children.
Right.
It's in Simi Valley. How many black people you know live in Simi Valley? Okay? It's a performing arts academy for privileged middle and upper class children. It's not doing nothing about school to prison pipeline at all. You know?
Speaking of school to prison pipeline, it's not till you get older or if you even been to jail and then you've been to school. It's like you can see like the many similarities like in that. I remember in I think in first grade, as we walked through the hallways, we had to put our hands in our backs like this, like we're in handcuffs. And I remember they call it put your eagles in his nest. And they'll be like, put your eagles in your nest, and everybody would put their hands like that, and we'll walk.
What school did you go to?
South North.
Many schools, no, they do that in many schools, even today.
Yeah.
You walk like you're in jail, Because the assumption is you're going to be a criminal. The assumption is if I don't make you put your hands behind your back, you're going to do something to disrupt the order of this institution. They treat us like the only difference between a prison and a school is the prison has beds in it. But both the public school and the prison have the same priority, and that's controlling the behaviors of black males. I want to be absolutely clear. The school to prison pipeline is not an accident. It is a design. It was engineered to fail black males through miseducation, special education, psychiatric medication, juvenile incarceration, psychological frustration, and premature extermination. They're destroying the lives of at least 1 out of every 4 black males. Special education is a fraud, a scam, and a trick. Half the black boys in special ed in America don't have reading problems, don't have math problems, don't have learning problems. They're there because the white female classroom teachers who don't want to be bothered with black students are sending them in there to reduce their class size.
I really got to talk about that.
Go right ahead.
Sorry to cut you off.
Right
I got to talk about that.
Were you special ed?
Yes, I was.
What disability? Was it learning? Was it emotional? Was it ADHD? Intellectual?
I don't even remember because they didn't even put it like. Basically, what happened was I got left back, right? And they were like, "Well, we could put you in these special classes. It'll put you right on track." Blah blah blah. Whoop de whoop. And as I got older, I'm like, man, like I'm in these classes. They have 2 teachers. Like, and when I was in high school, I got taken out of school by my dad, and then when I got back in, I had like fucking 3 math classes, 4 reading classes. I had to do like 4 papers, and bro, I couldn't spell, I couldn't do shit. But like this day, I have a corporate job. You know what I mean? Like I send emails every day. Like I have to do a lot of math and shit like that. And it's just like, I always think about that shit, like going back, and it's like, damn, bro, there wasn't nothing wrong with me. There just wasn't the right people there to guide me. And it's just the most mind-blowing thing because it's just like, and I didn't even go to college. I didn't do anything. I went from high school. I figured out that I wanted to do something specific, and I was like, I'm not going to let nobody tell me I can't do it. I can do it because that's just is what it is. And I'm doing it, and it's just like, bro, like, special ed it doesn't make sense. It's like, take the time with these kids and help them learn and do what they need to do, but it's just like, don't make these people feel like these kids feel less than the other kids because they need a little bit more time or whatever you're trying to tell them. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, I don't know. I was in special ed, and like now I got a fucking corporate job and I'm chilling.
The purpose of special education is to guarantee fresh bodies for the mass incarceration system.
Damn.
Special ed exists to keep prisons occupied.
Damn.
If you don't believe me, go to any prison in America and ask the men in jail how many of you were special education students, and 80% of the hands are going to go up. Special ed is there to condition and prepare black boys for a life of crime.
Wow, I never thought about that.
That is the purpose of it. And our mothers who do a great job, and I love our single mothers, 70% of our kids are being raised by them. I need y'all to do a better job. Stop signing everything the school wants you to sign.
Facts.
Stop going along with special ed. Stop going along with ADHD. Stop going along with emotional disturbance. Stop going along with intellectual disability. Stop going along with conduct disorder. Stop going along with Ritalin, Adderall, Concerta, Cyclert, Meditate. Stop it. Nothing's wrong with your son except the school he goes to. See, they have remade this entire ordeal to make you think something's wrong with the black boy.
Yeah.
He's not the problem. The school is the problem. But they make him look like it's his fault. You got a racist teacher, a racist principal, an underfunded school, an anti-African curriculum. You want to talk about anti-blackness? There's nothing more anti-black than the curriculum they use to teach our children. And then when the black boy can't succeed in a system designed to fail him,
Right.
He's at fault.
So, and that's one thing growing up, because I remember in 2nd grade, they got me with the Ritalin. I remember they had a conference. It was a parent-teacher conference. My dad came, and they told him, hey, he's a little hyper. That's the word they use for it.
Hyper.
Yeah.
You hyperactive.
I'm hyper in the second grade, of course. That's
You're
what
like, right,
that's
that's
what I'm
supposed to
gonna
be.
do. So he's hyper. He talks too much. We want to give him this. So I remember being on Ritalin, and it would be every day I go to school. After lunch, the nurse would come and get me, and they'd be like, "Here's your medicine." And it used to be a whole, but it's mainly black boys. Black boys or
taking a crack.
they will give us a medicine in a cup, and you take it. And then for the second half of the day, bro, I'm just
On cloud 9.
quiet. I'm just quiet,
Comatose.
and I'm just doing what I got to do. As soon as I go home, I take a nap. I'm asleep. My dad noticed that I wasn't me.
Yeah.
I became a zombie.
It steals your soul.
Yeah.
Just like street drugs. It steals your soul.
My dad said I was a zombie.
Yes.
Whenever I would come home. I would just be like, yeah, go eat, lay down. I wouldn't even eat. So my dad went to the school, and he said no. And he had to fight.
That is crazy because I was the kid that was like, nah. Like, I was like, nah, I'm not. Because I don't even like pills to begin with. I don't like taking no type of pills, period. So my brother, he is a little hyper. You know what I'm saying? Even as an adult, he is kind of crazy. You know when you got that, he's extra strong for no reason. He don't even do nothing. He had that when we was growing up, and they would give him medicine and all that type of stuff. But I think, to your point, like when you were like, you know, black moms, we have to do better. I think where the disconnect comes in is that these moms in these neighborhoods, they're struggling. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? And then
Which means we don't put them at fault.
right.
Because the men should be there to help
help.
them, and they're not. And I don't just mean the father, because he could be incarcerated or deceased.
Right.
I mean the men in the
Period.
community should be helping these women with their children. It hurts when I see a mother go into the school by herself to fight
Right.
for her son. No black man in the community cared enough to go with her, but continue.
What I've experienced, right, is like, or what I've seen is just like these young black moms. They're super young, you know, and my mom's pretty young. I have 13 brothers and sisters. 6 of them are my mom's, and I have a twin brother. You know what I mean? So being super young, 14, 15, and you already got 3-4 kids, that's a lot. And when somebody sits there and tell you, hey, your kid has a problem, we can then give you money because your child he has these disabilities, and you can get this SSI check, or you can get this check because this is what's wrong with your son. You're already struggling at home. And it's like, well, there's something wrong with my son. And something that I've noticed growing up is like, that was always like a thing. Like
Incentive.
It's like, oh, you know, we got to get him some medicine. We got to get him medicine. We got to get him medicine, or her. We got to do this for her, do that for her. And it's just like, I always felt a way about that. It's just like, bro, like we got to go get him a checkup. We got to go take him to get evaluated. And it's like, the person that's evaluating your child is, you know, just some random white man.
So that's Umar.
Bringing strangers into your family dynamic.
Right.
Taking black children to white people to solve problems white people created.
Exactly.
You see, and this is why I'm building Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. But let me say this for the benefit of your parents who are watching. If they go to my website, drumarjohnson.com, I have a upcoming Black Parent Boot Camp here in Philadelphia.
Nice.
Where for 12 hours, it's called the Black Parent Boot Camp because it's a 12-hour training from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. I teach them almost everything they need to know to be an effective advocate for their children. We go through all the special ed disabilities. We go through all the disruptive behavior disorders. We go through the psychological evaluation. We go through the functional behavioral assessment, the manifestation determination, the 504 plan, how to conduct yourself at meetings, how to write letters, the federal educational amendments, everything you need to be a good parent advocate, education and mental health, we train you. So if anybody's interested in coming to the Black Parent Boot Camp, go to drumarjohnson.com to register for that. But also, if they need me for a personal consultation, right? They want my child tested for autism. I got an evaluation saying my kid is retarded. They're trying to kick him out of school. They want him on medication. Anytime a parent has an issue, since I am a school psychologist by trade, my doctorate is clinical psychology. So any issue with education or mental health. If you need help, reach out to me. We're not done yet, but I'm giving y'all my number so y'all can reach me. 215-989-9858. The whole world has my number. Why shouldn't you? 215-989-9858. And if you want to email me, DRUMAR Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com. I'm here to help our parents do a better job with our children. And when that Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy opens up, we're going to have 2 buses coming from Pennsylvania to Delaware every day. There will be a bus from Philadelphia, another bus from Chester. 2 buses from Jersey. There will be a bus from Camden and a bus from Trenton. 2 buses from Maryland. There will be a bus from Baltimore and a bus from Maryland Eastern Shore. And then there will be a bus from Wilmington, Delaware, and a bus from Dover, Delaware. So where we are located, brothers, is at the intersection of the 4 states. Wilmington is 15 minutes from Jersey, 15 minutes from Maryland, 15 minutes from Pennsylvania. So we will probably be the only independent African school in the country that can educate black boys from 4 states.
That's amazing.
Banger.
That's amazing. And where can they find you on Instagram?
Instagram and Twitter at Dr. Umar Johnson. Facebook, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde. TikTok, and I'm brand new to TikTok. I had to get on there because obviously I'm a celebrity on TikTok. Prince of Pan-Africanism with a K. Prince of Pan-Africanism with a C is a fake account. I do not own it, even though they have about 3 million followers on the fake page. Yeah,
that's the thing about TikTok. It's a lot of fake pages.
A lot of fake pages. But they can also reach all of those pages by going to drumarjohnson.com. But call on me if you need me, but we have to save our children. We have to open up our own schools, and we have to create a meaningful system of emotional and psychological rehabilitation, because the number one killer of young black men is homicide, and the second killer is suicide, and the third killer is preventable injury or reckless behavior. You'd be surprised at how many young brothers are being killed through reckless behavior. Motorcycle accidents, joyriding, doing things that danger thrill is killing a lot of us. We got to stop trying to live dangerous.
I had a moment when I got my first car. I got my first car, and I was going through so much like just random bullshit, like that. I just family bullshit.
That's what leads to the risky behavior.
Broke up with my girl. I was in the club. I'm turning up with my homies. I'm fucked up. They end up kicking me out for whatever reason. I get in the car, bro. Bang the fuck out. Badly. And I was just like, damn, bro, like I could have died. And like when I think about it, I'm like, damn, bro, there's so many people that's probably doing the same shit. It's like motherfuckers upset because they ain't got no money.
Yes.
They upset because
it leads to the rage that creates.
That shit is real.
Yes, that creates reckless behavior that leads to death. So the 3 leading causes of death for black males are preventable. Yeah. Homicide, suicide, and reckless behavior. We got to do something about it.
So I got to tell you.
Hold on 1 second. As we come to a close, Dr. Umar, as we was talking about your TikTok, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the videos?
Yes.
Which one is your favorite?
I was going to ask him about the memes.
The memes, the GIFs, the videos.
What's your favorite meme?
I would say none of them are my favorite, but I'd say this. It's the gift and the curse, right? The gift is these ridiculous memes are so hilarious that they make people say, who is this guy?
Right.
And then they go research you. In a way that's good because I have meaningful content. You understand? I'm a scholar. So if you pull a mother to me, she gonna learn how to save our kids. You pull a father to me, he gonna learn how to. You pull a young black brother to me, I'm gonna raise his consciousness. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. You pull a high schooler to me, I'm gonna tell him how to get into college and get that scholarship. So because I have solutions for our people, if that's the way I gotta get them, I'll live with it. That's the gift. The curse is, I think at times they can over trivialize my message to a point where it loses some of the meaning. Because my work is a very serious work. It's a very important work. It's very critical. If you saturate it with sensationalism too much, it can lose the sting that it needs to be relevant. You follow?
Yeah.
So we need more of the balance. Now, if they post something goofy and then post me talking about something serious, that's balance. I can eat that. We can live with that. But if it's going to be 1,000,001 goofy videos and nobody's posting any of the serious conversations I'm having, then the people are losing out. So that's why it's the gift and the curse. It's the same thing about me being branded a celebrity. I hate that word, by the way. But everywhere I go, you're a celebrity. You're my favorite celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a scholar and an activist. I'm not a celebrity. And then people say, I'm your biggest fan. No, you're my biggest supporter. Celebrities have fans. Athletes have fans. Entertainers have fans. Activists, scholars, Pan-Africanists, we have supporters.
Right.
You're my favorite supporter. You're going to help me get the school built. You're going to help me stop the black on black crime. You're going to help me support our mothers who are raising our children. You are not a fan because I'm not an entertainer. You are a supporter because I am an activist.
Right. Banger.
Right.
That's so, it's so funny because like my friends, like I had a conversation with one of my homies the other day, and he's texting me and he was like, "Oh, one of my boys was out with a white girl," and he was like, he didn't want them to show, but somehow they seen the picture of him out with the white girl, and then he sends the meme, and he's like, "I beg your pardon," and I'm like, "Yo, I use that shit on the daily, bro." Like. It just, I don't know, bro. You have these tidbits that just hit.
But I appreciate the snow bunny memes because I think that humor that goes with it helps soften the blow for the brother who's dealing with the snow bunny crisis, but it's still making him think. Like when I'm in the airport, a lot of you not. When I'm in the airport, brothers, you should see the black men with the snow bunnies. Yeah. When they see me coming all the way down the other end, they try to act like they're not with the white girl. But I already saw you. I saw your ass already.
Yeah.
But see, here's my thing. If you don't think there's anything wrong with being with her, why would you separate yourself from her as I get closer?
Right.
That tells me you know something ain't right about this. And I am happy. I'm glad that I think I have more than any other scholar probably in our community's history in this country have motivated more black men to leave their interracial relationships and come back home to a black woman. I'm proud of that.
Do you feel the same way? Like, because when you say snow bunny, right, I would just assume that is white women, right?
Yes.
Now,
generally white women, but it includes all non-African women.
Got you. That just answered my question right there.
Yeah. We should not be dating out because only 1 out of every 4 black women gets married. If we're going to keep on dating out, we're lessening the chances of our women being able to create families. And we have to be honest, women are here to create families, among other things, okay? But they're here for that too. And every woman wants a family. Most women want a family. And when you see a brother with another woman, in the back of your mind, you should automatically say that's one less family for our sisters. It ain't about hating white women. I have nothing against white women. I have conversations with them, Chinese women, Asian women, Arab women, Native American women. I respect humanity.
It's just building our own.
It's about building our own. We are not against nobody else. We are for the best interest of our own community, and we are for that best interest unapologetically and regardless of what anybody else thinks about it.
I agree with that, for sure.
And that's Dr. Umar Johnson, y'all. Dr. Umar, I really appreciate you coming down.
No time.
Shout out to you, man.
You came onto the podcast.
We got to do it again sometime. We got to do it again sometime.
My whole jaw dropped, man. I'm like, bro, I'm lost for words. I'm like, bro, I didn't even. First of all, I thought it was Cap when he said he was coming anyway. So, but like, it's so funny when you never hear your content besides memes and stuff like that or whatever, and then you, like a person like me, I'm sitting in front of you and I'm listening to you and I'm like, holy shit, bro. He is the deal, bro. He know exactly what he's talking about, very well articulated, and it's I think that you have a very, very great way of explaining the things that you want to say, and I feel like got misconstrued with the memes and all that type of shit. But when you sit there and you talk about the things that you love and the things that you're passionate about, and it's coming out of me like, damn, I feel that shit too. It's crazy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, and I also want to let your listeners know I have my own. It's brand new. I'm still building it.
Right.
It's not as sophisticated as what you guys are doing, but I have a video on demand streaming platform.
Okay.
And it's www.drumar.tv.
Gotcha.
That's www.drumar.tv. That's where I'm going to be putting a lot of my new videos and seminars and teachings, because Instagram and Facebook, because I don't have YouTube, but Instagram and Facebook, they tend to censor a lot of my videos for the topics that I cover.
Right.
So I decided, it's only 2 months that I decided that I'm going to start putting all my new content on drumar.tv. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to www.drumar.tv. And support FDMG. Donate. Get on your Cash app. $FDMG School. Please donate to the school. Cash.me/$FDMG School. And on your PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. And if you want to mail your check or money order in, you can send it to FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. We are tax-exempt corporation, so you can claim it on your returns. And send me a resume if you're interested in working at the school. FDMG resumes with an S at gmail.com.
Y'all heard the man. Tap in with that. We'll be back. Not next week, because I'm got to go to Atlanta, and you know what it is. Fly shit only.
You know.
Fly shit only. Dr. Umar in the house. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Really appreciate it.
Big business.
We'll be back.
You feel me?